A total of 83 members of the House of Representatives have called for a homegrown parliamentary system of government as an alternative to the current presidential system. The spokesperson for the group, that's Abdulsamad Dasuki, disclosed this at a national dialogue on a homegrown parliamentary system of government organized by the group in Abuja. Dasuki says now is the time to rethink an escape route from the current system of government and set our minds on crafting a new path, a cure for the affliction that has transformed Nigeria's democracy into a spectacle of pity. Arise analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss the call by lawmakers and what such a system will portend for Nigeria's democratic system. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale.
Good afternoon.
Great to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here, as usual.
Great. It's just you and I today.
Yes,
so what do you make of this call in terms of the timing and the possible realistic nature of this?
It's not realistic, and the timing is poor, and it is an extravagant and diversionary thing. It's a pity the people making it are legislators. But then, I'm happy that the speaker has called them to order, and they should be careful because there could be unintended consequences for what they are doing. But then, you see, this is their law or romance with parliamentary democracy. It's because they are not lettered in the history of parliamentary democracy in Nigeria. You have bequeathed parliamentary democracy by the British. And it lasted, or it ended tragically, and it was very short-lived, between 1960 and 66. And it was this sort of thing, this destabilizing sort of action that caused it. The first Prime Minister of Nigeria was Tafawa Balewa. In the coup of 1966, he was killed together with the first Premier of the North, Ahmadu Bello. You get me? And the history is clear. One thing led to another. You see, our problem in Nigeria center around three issues: census, elections, and then our evolving political culture. You see, we had the first census in 1962. It was cancelled by Tafawa Balewa. The First Republic ended abruptly because of the 1962 cancellation of census and the violence that followed the election in the Western region. Get me? And it was caused between the rivalry between the North and the West. You get me? The Western region election. We threw up Akintola. Akintola was the premier. The same party with Obafemi Awolowo, leader of opposition. But you see, somewhat, the government at the center took an interest in the division, quarrel between Awolowo and his deputy. And the rest is history. Awolowo was put on trial for treasonable felony and jailed. And then there was the coup. There was the coup of 1966 that killed Akintola, killed the Sadamna. You get me? And somewhat, Rossi and Igbo man became head of state and initiated the unitary system. There was a counter coup by northern officers, July 1966. And thereafter, the rest is history. Thereafter, we went to civil war. And we have the second, third, and fourth republic. So if they are talking about parliamentary democracy, it was not as if it was all smooth sailing. That is in the past. Let's look at the present. We are in the presidential system introduced by the military. The best example to show the presidential system is working. But what's a democracy? If you perform well in office, the electorate will return you. If you don't perform well, you'll be rejected. See what happened in America. 2016, Trump was there.
Yeah.
They said they did not like him. They did whatever they wanted to him. They threw him out. I mean, it was there between 2016 and 2020. They threw him out in 2020. This 2024, they have brought him back. That's democracy. And you see, I like what Biden said in his announcement. He said they appreciate that in a democracy, the will of the people must always prevail. And they respect the people's choice. That is the most vilified to Donald Trump. I admire the presidential system. If they don't, well, that is their problem. But I'm happy with what Abbas has told them, and they should not cause confusion. And then again, you see, they say the hood does not make the monk. It's the people running the system and their commitment to the ideals of the system, ideals of democracy, transparency, accountability, and commitment and responsiveness. You get me? If you have been having troubles, it's because of our political culture, our environment. Our problem right now, or the solution to it, is for us to inculcate the true tenets of democracy, presidential system. You get me? You see that we avoid rigging. We respond to the wishes of people who put us in power. I'm sure nobody sent these 83 legislators to get there and come and disrupt the entire system. But I'm happy the speaker is in charge and they are not in the majority. They should put them to vote. If they vote and they lose, they should be told not to destabilize the system. Okay. That's all for now.
Well, you've outlined that wonderfully, giving us the examples globally with what's happening in America. But Mr. Sobowale, when it comes to this, what you said just a moment ago about inculcating the true tenets of democracy, that's what we need to do to move forward. Right. It looks as though that's probably what's not happening. It's not happening at the moment. How do we get on that path quickly?
Well, you cannot, it's relative. Culture is relative. Mm-hmm. See, like America that I mentioned, they call Trump a felon, all that criminal charges, but he won. You get me? Yeah. You cannot say that they love criminals to be their leaders. The same thing here, I've highlighted it. Let us stop rigging. Let us make access to leadership of the political class. Let us make that access wider. See, a situation whereby if you want to be president, you must buy a phone for 100 million naira. It's unaffordable to good quality people. And we suffer as a result. The cost of leadership, the cost of the presidential system is high. You get me? I don't think it will be higher under a parliamentary system. But a parliamentary system is less inclusive in terms of participatory democracy than a presidential system. The presidential system, you know, each state has its own legislature, they have their judiciary and all that. So more people, and now we are even expanding with this new plan to give autonomy to the local governments. Even though the governors don't like it, those are participatory things that enhance and broaden our democracy. We should work on those. We should work on those and make people accountable.
It does. I certainly see light with what you're saying, but it sounds more like a medium-term and long-term situation. What you know, I like to talk about what happens right now at this moment.
We're never talking about what happens right now. We talk about theory.
I know, but so in our own, from where we are right now as a country, starting where we are with what we have, what can we do? What can we do today, immediately? As opposed to these recommendations are solid, but they sound medium and long term.
You want your answer?
Yes.
Let them stop these people from disturbing the peace of the political system.
Okay.
Today. Does
okay.
that answer it?
I guess so. I guess so.
Let them stop disturbing the system.
Well, it doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah.
This has been a pleasant conversation, as always, Mr. Sobowale. Thank you so much for joining us here on Newsday. Arise News analyst, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. Thank you.